it's Davos 2023. Welcome, Sergio.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here in such a bright day.
We're putting the spotlight on you and Supercool. Sergio De la Vega.
It is too much of a bright day.
You can look at me. It's okay. It's all right. CEO, President of Supercool. So pleased to have you as our partner here at Hub Culture.
Thank you so much. It's so happy to be partnered to the Ice House. The building is amazing.
It's amazing, right?
It is so amazing, and the crowd has been amazing. The energy.
Good. Well, let's talk about energy because it has a huge part to play in one of the big themes here in Davos. Is, well, in fact, the whole theme of the World Economic Forum is cooperation in a fragmented world. And how does what you do fit into that?
Yeah, look, we are working on the crossroads of energy transition and mobility, and definitely the world is going into a transition. We are seeing more and more electric vehicles coming into the streets, and we are seeing more and more companies producing solutions for mobility, mainly electric, but also hydrogen. And what we have identified is that there are so many startups, they're all very fragmented. When you talk to big fleet operators and companies, they struggle to find the solution. And when you talk to the startups building the solutions, they struggle to find the customers. So what we're trying to be is that bridge, right? That platform that connects the innovators or the legacy companies that are pivoting into this new form of transportation with the companies that are eager to change the way they move their goods and people and so on.
And so actually you're doing these in physical space as well as digital space, right? So there's a sort of metaverse aspect to it, but there's also a real physical space where you can bring people together. So tell me about that.
I don't believe we can do things today in a physical space only, right? So the digital metaverse part of it is a must. But in this type of new products, we need the physical presence. I think the customers need to get to know the charger systems, the infrastructure, the vehicles they're going to be using. They're making decisions of buying 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 vehicles. They cannot make a mistake. So they have to really try them for quite some time.
Trust,
and they need
trust
physical space.
The companies, trust the technology.
Yeah, and you need to, it's hardware. It's stuff that they need to really feel. Right, and now the centers are also equipped with a system, I mean the service center and so to provide with after sales, right? I mean, you just cannot sell the vehicle and let them like deal with it. I mean, the infrastructure that supports internal combustion has been built over more than 100 years, right? So, and we need to
give me an example.
That.
So, electric scooter, for example, what would happen if I'm an electric scooter company and I'm in your zone? What happens?
Well, if you are a scooter company, I'll try to find. We'll try to make a market for your products in finding the right use cases, right? I'll prefer to use a different example. I'm going to use an electric bicycle, right? Assisted bicycle. It's a great product. It's a great mean to deliver pizzas or to do these kind of
get to the
food
tube,
and all
right?
that. And they are taking the place of motorcycles, right? The motorcycles have to go on regular lines. Those bikes can use the special lines for biking, for jogging, and so on and so forth. So they can actually deliver faster, using less energy, right? And the people that is driving those bikes, they're staying in shape. So now we're making contacts with a lot of big food chains, right, to connect them with them. So that's the kind of thing we're trying to buy. But we in the center are focused on all kind of mobility solutions. So the scooters, bikes, three-wheelers. Three-wheelers are gonna make a great comeback to our daily lives.
Just in places like India or elsewhere in the world?
Well, I just saw a three-wheeler passing by Davos, by the promenade in Davos, and I believe that in the past, it sounds like a product from India or China, but honestly, it's a great way of using a very light vehicle to transport and last mile delivery. And
because they're a little bit bigger?
Because, look, it's a very simple formula, right? The formula of a triangle is the same area divided by 2, so you have half of the area and therefore half of the weight and materials and so on and so forth. And that has an impact of amount of power. The motors are smaller and the batteries have to be smaller. So everything becomes into energy efficiency. I think it wasn't cool to deliver on three-wheelers, but once we get more consciousness about the less energy and the efficiency that you are achieving, then
it'll be cool.
The world is going to start
So
looking
where
at it.
are these centers?
So
and where are they going to be?
So we are on the proof of concept. We opened the first center in Mexico in a city called Puebla, inside the Volkswagen cluster. We are building a second one in Mexico City as we speak. We are building one in Italy, nearby the Modena Maranello area. We are planning on opening one in May in Boston, and we're also working on a major one in Dubai.
And so I just want to ask, I know that a lot of the solutions need to go to the low and middle income countries first and sooner than they are at the moment. How many of your centers and solutions do you aim to get to that part of the world?
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a big impact, right? About bring solutions to cities that otherwise will not see solutions soon. So, there is no much we can add as a value to Northern European countries because they are already way into traction. They're already, very advanced in, the sale of electric vehicles, the infrastructure. We want to go to places first where if it wasn't for an activation like this, it will take them decades to start moving into that direction. And the atmosphere is one. CO2, can be generated in a richer poor country, but it's gonna affect us all.
Really interesting. Sergio, thank you so much for stopping by the Hub Culture studio, and thank you for your partnership here at Hub Culture Davos 2023.
Thank you very much. Thank you.